Okay, number 12. The reason it makes it so difficult is it's multi-letters, higher degree, and long division. It's tedious. There's no doubt about it. All right. So what I want to do is go to the whiteboard, and I'm going to copy it down. Hopefully, I do a good job in copying it down. And by doing that, someone says, "Could I remember what I just read?" And I don't think so. And I want to point out, if you're going to copy something down, try to copy it down accurately. So I'm going to write it down. It's going to be a cubed. Again, I'm looking at the notes. I just don't have the work, but I have the answer. So it's a cubed minus 2a squared n, and then it's going to be minus an squared, and then it's going to be plus 2n cubed. And I'm trying to divide this into a6 minus 6a4 n squared plus 9a squared n4 minus 4n6. Now I got to read it, make sure I copied it right. So, a cubed minus 2a squared n minus an squared plus 2n cubed. a6 minus 6a4 n squared plus 9a squared n4 minus 4n6. Okay, matching game starts. A cubed. And I got to write it down. What are you going to get? A6 minus 2a5n minus a4n squared plus 2a cubed n cubed. Subtract. This disappears. These two terms here are like terms. I need to do the subtraction now. What are you going to get? Minus 5a4n squared. All right? So, oh, by the way, you know what? I should write the other one down too. I'm sorry about that. Let me give me a eraser out. I spoke too quick. I forgot to write it down. So it's going to be 2a5n. And let's go back to those two like terms, by the way. That's going to be minus 5a4n squared. All right, let's keep writing the other things down. And I'm going to see minus 2a cubed n cubed plus 9a squared n4, and then minus 4n6. All right, let's keep going. And it's tedious. Let's write the next one down for a match. That would be plus 2a squared n. All right, it's going to give me a match now. What do we get? 2a5n. And then you're going to get minus 4a4n squared. Then you're going to get minus 2a cubed n cubed, and then you're going to get plus 4a squared n4. All right, what happens here? Yeah, a lot of nice things happen. Not great things, but some nice things. And let's write this down. I mean, this disappears. Like terms, what do you get? Minus 5 plus 4, which is minus 1. Oh, I got to keep going, don't I? And then what? Well, that's nice. Minus 2a cubed n cubed minus a minus 2 a cubed n cubed disappears. That's good news. And then you're going to get plus 5 a squared n4 minus 4n6. Right, another matching game. And I'm going to say minus, let's see, an squared now. All right, let's see what we get over there. What do you get? Well, let's write this down. So you're going to get minus a4 n squared plus 2a cubed n cubed. I got to be real careful here. That's a cubed n cubed plus a squared n4, and then you can get minus 2n5. I think I did okay. Going to do my subtraction now, and let's write that down for you. You're going to get, and again, when I do these things, mistakes happen. I mean, people make mistakes all the time, and long division is very tedious. At least for me, it is. All right, and make sure I did everything okay, and yeah, I guess I could write this down now. So this disappears, and then I get minus 2a cubed n cubed. And these guys are like one another, aren't they? And that's going to give me plus 4a squared n4. Let's see, plus 2n5 minus 4n6. All right, I'm going to match again, don't I? And I'm going to say minus 2n cubed. And what does that give you? Minus 2a cubed n cubed. Let's see, that's going to be plus 4a squared n4. And then I'm going to get plus 2a n 5 minus 4n6. You know what? I'm starting to see a little tiny error coming into the problem. And I want to focus in on really what I'm seeing in the problem. And I'm seeing that this disappears, and this disappears. But I'm having suspicions that I must have made an error somewhere along the path. So I want to go through that with you and see where I went wrong, by the way. And someone says, I don't know what you mean where you went wrong. And I think I went wrong on one of the multiplications. And I'm going to say I think it was up here somewhere. All right, so I want to go, but where does that come from? It came from this guy here. And I'm going to correct my error now. So minus an squared times this guy over here would not be minus 2n5. I missed an a. So let me go back and put it in. All right, what would I get over there? As expected, you're getting a 0 remainder. All right, now we'll go back to the key. And what I want to put out is looking at the key. I want to see if I got the right answer. And again, I made my small error correction. But I'm still going to look back over the key. And they got a cubed plus 2a squared n minus an squared minus 2n cubed. So I feel pretty good about it. All right, so I also want to point out, if you look at the notes, they go on to do something else. All right, now granted, don't feel obligated to do that. You did your division, you're done, you move on. But let me write down what they have down here. They have a cubed plus 2a squared n minus an squared minus 2n cubed. And they do something that you might think is rather peculiar. And what they do is they try to factor the problem. And you might say, why they go backwards? This is kind of a concept that is going to come more important as time goes on. But I'm going to factor out an a squared here. And what would you left off with? You left off with a plus 2n. And I'm going to factor out an n squared here. And you'd be left off with a plus 2n. And yeah, I'm going backwards. I'm going to factor out an a plus 2n from those two terms. Again, don't feel obligated to do this, by the way. This may seem very strange to you. And again, we hope with your experience of multiplications and division, you start to realize that this can be further factored into a plus n, a minus n. And they put that down as an answer, which is kind of interesting they do that. And the reason for that is, maybe there's other ways to do divisions. And I want to point out one of the really good ways of doing divisions is by doing a factorization. And we'll come back to that later. But right now we're doing long division, all right? And again, I really appreciate you spending time on this. And the more time you spend on this, the better it gets. I know on occasion, probably more often than I should, I tell you what my name is. It's Ron Bannon. and my email address. That's B as in boy, the @ symbol, NNON.US. Thank you so much for paying attention.